Tide Water and Tool, and we're getting in the holiday spirit, and I'm going to show you how to make a DIY garland for your front porch. And so we're going to end up taking this cheapy little not so pretty garland, and we're going to use some things that we foraged in the backyard, and we are going to create something just like that. So some of the materials that you're going to need to make your own garland is clippings from your foraging expedition in your backyard. I was also told that you can go to Christmas tree farms to find perhaps free clippings, and a friend told me that they had gotten some from Lowe's and Home Depot before. So great sources to make a really affordable garland project at home. So you're going to need your clippings. You're going to need some floral wire, and you can find this at Michael's or any craft store. About this size and width is about kind of like the ideal that you would like. If you hear meowing, it's because it's my cat who wants to be with me. You're also going to need some scissors, and that's it. And I do recommend also getting a spray bottle, because you will want to mist your garland all throughout the season to keep it nice and fresh. So some of the clippings that we have cedar, which is really nice. This tends to be a very classic and traditional type of evergreen that you're going to find in garlands. You might like the ponderosa pine. I'm actually not using it for mine, but I stuck it in my foraging bucket because I did like the shape of it. It makes for really nice door swag as well. And we've got our holly berries, and so we have a giant holly berry bush in our yard, and I knew I wanted to incorporate that to kind of mimic some of the red stuff I'm going to put on our porch. So some of the things when you are foraging, you want to look for different shapes of things, and different sizes. One thing I love about cedar is that literally you can find a whole bunch of different kinds, and so this one kind of swoops a little bit depending on which way you angle. Great for a garland. These little clippings, thanks to my husband who foraged them for me, these are really great fillers throughout your garland piece, because you will need these to kind of hide some of the yucky garland that we're working with. So these will help keep it really nice and natural. So with these, we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're going to take your first piece of garland. You're going to determine what shape you want and what size you want and where you're going to put it on your garland. But to prep it, so I need some stem in order to tie around my floral wire. So I'm just going to do some trimming on this. So it gives me enough of the stem for me to tie my floral wire around. It doesn't matter how you tie it. I tend to just make sure that it's not poking anyone, because that could hurt. So I wrapped it once, I'm gonna wrap it twice, wrap it 3 times, wrap it 4 times, and then that kind of gives me enough to tie it onto the garland. So now I've decided on my garland I want to create the shape, so this is going to swoop right into the flow of the fake one, and I'm looking for the big metal bendy piece that's going to help stabilize the garland. So I am taking my stem, floral wire, and I'm going to loop it around. Sorry if you can't see it as well because I've got some greenery already on here. So I'm just going to tie it around, and hopefully you can see that. We've got the floral wire that's hooked around our cedar piece, and it's hooked around to the metal bendy wire on the fake garland. So we've got our initial shape, and as you can kind of see, there is yucky stuff here. That's where you're going to use the smaller pieces to help fill in for you. But these longer pieces are going to help you create the shape of your garland. So we've just zoomed ahead, and I've already gone in and filled in a lot of the wired garland with some of the bigger pieces. And I'm taking these little guys right here, which are great fillers to kind of help hide some of the plastic bits of the garland. So as you can see here, this looks a little bit too fakey to me and too plasticky. So you're going to take these little bits and you're just going to kind of find a spot for them and tuck them. So you're just kind of creating some texture. I'm just going to hide that. Ooh, that's too loose. Now I actually need a bigger piece to kind of put here because this isn't holding well. So I need a little bit more of a stem. The general shape of our garland, we're going to put on the finishing touches, and those are with our holly berries. Be careful because holly berries have already sliced my thumb because the leaves are super pointy. So you're going to just take some of them and you're going to kind of stick them. For me, for my garland, I wanted to do kind of like a clump of berries here and a clump on the other end as well, but you can of course do it whichever way you want. Ooh, berries may fall, so we're just kind of tucking some of them. The ones that I like to get that I clipped from the bush were the ones that kind of grow on top, so as you can see it makes that really nice traditional holly berry look.